In a historic turn of events, former FBI Director James Comey has been officially indicted by a federal grand jury on serious allegations of providing false testimony to Congress and obstructing justice. This indictment comes almost a decade after the much-debated Russiagate scandal, a topic that continues to stir heated discussions across the nation. Notably, President Donald Trump expressed his satisfaction, proclaiming that this indictment signifies that justice in America is finally being served. At the age of 64, Comey stands as the most senior former federal official to be charged in relation to the extensive FBI inquiry that examined supposed collusion between Trump's 2016 presidential campaign and Russian officials. If found guilty on both counts, Comey faces a potential prison sentence of up to 5 years. Anticipation surrounds his expected surrender on Friday, as reported by CNN's Caitlin Collins. The indictment and subsequent case have been assigned to District Judge Michael Nachmanoff, who was appointed by President Joe Biden. Comey is expected to face arraignment at a federal courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia, on October 9th. To represent him in this significant legal battle, he has enlisted the expertise of former federal prosecutor Patrick Fitzgerald. Justice in America. One of the worst individuals this nation has faced is James Comey, the former corrupt head of the FBI, Trump declared on his platform, Truth Social. He continued with a rather scathing indictment against Comey, making it clear he believes Comey has negatively impacted the country for far too long. Trump called this moment a crucial step toward holding Comey accountable for what he termed as crimes against America, culminating in his trademark slogan, "Make America Great Again." The indictment arrives at a crucial moment, just before the deadline imposed by the 5-year statute of limitations to hold charges against Comey. This statute relates specifically to his testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee on September 30th, 2020. Attorney General Pam Bondi weighed in by emphasizing the principle that no one is above the law. In her statement, she reiterated the Department of Justice's determination to ensure that anyone who misuses their power must be held responsible, fulfilling a commitment to accountability and adherence to the truth. Further underscoring the gravity of the situation, Lindsay Halligan, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, stated that the charges present a significant breach of public trust. She highlighted that the balance of power is foundational to democracy, asserting that accountability is essential for maintaining this equilibrium and ensuring transparency from government entities to congressional oversight. Any attempt to deceive or obstruct compliance with inquiries is a serious violation of professional responsibilities and, more critically, the law itself. The 2-page indictment primarily focuses on Comey's testimony during a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on September 30th, 2020, where he denied authorizing any leaks to media outlets regarding both the Trump investigation and another inquiry concerning former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's private email usage. During the hearing, Senator Ted Cruz, Republican Texas, explicitly questioned, "Have you ever been an anonymous source in news reports about matters relating to the Trump investigation or the Clinton investigation?" Comey's response was a firm never, which he reiterated under oath. Cruz further probed, asking if Comey had authorized anyone else at the FBI to leak information to the media pertaining to these investigations. Comey again responded affirmatively with a no. However, Cruz pointed out the inconsistency between Comey's statements and previous comments made by former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, who had publicly acknowledged leaking information to the Wall Street Journal and claimed that Comey was aware of it and had approved it. This prompted Cruz to question, "Who's telling the truth?" To which Comey stood by his testimony from May 2017, declaring, "I can only speak to my testimony." The indictment maintains that Comey's testimony was false because he had, in fact, authorized another individual to act as a source for news reports concerning an FBI inquiry about Trump. By misrepresenting the truth, Comey allegedly sought to improperly influence, obstruct, and impede the proceedings of the Senate Judiciary Committee, leading to the obstruction charge. Interestingly, Comey has admitted to leaking information to the media at different points in the past. For instance, in a 2017 Senate Intelligence Committee hearing, he revealed he had asked a trusted friend, Daniel Richman, a law professor at Columbia University, to leak memos that detailed Trump's request to drop the investigation into Michael Flynn. The same friend's name surfaced in connection with the leaks related to the Clinton probe during a subsequent FBI investigation that only recently came to light. In a 2018 Department of Justice Inspector General report regarding the leaks to the Wall Street Journal, it concluded that Comey and McCabe gave drastically different accounts about the disclosures, with Comey consistently asserting that he had not authorized the leaks. In a poignant moment following his indictment, Comey expressed a sense of devastation for the DOJ. In a video shared on Substack, he remarked, "My family and I have known for years that there are consequences to standing up to Donald Trump, but we could not envision living any other way. We shall not succumb to living in fear, nor should you." He also conveyed trust and confidence in the federal judicial system, affirming his innocence while welcoming the upcoming trial, stating, "Let's have a trial and keep the faith." The grand jury did not include a second charge of false statements, which claimed that Comey had misled a U.S. senator about receiving instructions regarding another related entity and the 2016 election. Earlier in the day, Trump refuted any allegations of improperly urging prosecutors to pursue charges against Comey, emphasizing in a statement that the decision lay with them, and that while he believed he could intervene if he wished, he chose not to. In another significant point, Patel articulated that the indictment represents another step toward confronting those associated with the actions termed as the Russiagate hoax. In his words, this moment signifies accountability for the corruption and manipulation by previous leadership of federal law enforcement agencies, emphasizing a commitment to restoring public trust, which has suffered significantly. Patel stated, "Everyone in powerful positions will be held accountable. No one is beyond the reach of the law." The saga of James Comey intertwines with the broader narrative of the Trump administration and the investigation into the alleged Russian interference in the 2016 presidential race, a topic that has provoked a variety of opinions and continues to be a source of division in the political landscape. While Trump was never charged with any wrongdoing related to this probe, he has consistently labeled it a witch hunt. Comey, who has transformed into a vocal critic of Trump, initiated the Trump-Russia investigation, known as Crossfire Hurricane, in July 2016. Following his dismissal by Trump in May 2017, Comey became a focal point of political discourse, with various accusations and investigations surrounding his actions. In a rather curious incident, Comey's social media post earlier this year featured a cryptic message that some interpreted as a thinly veiled threat to Trump, further intensifying the ongoing conflict between them. In the wake of the indictment, Trump reportedly expressed discontent about the apparent lack of action against Comey and other adversaries, viewing the delay as damaging to the credibility of the legal system. In a recent post directed at Attorney General Pam Bondi, Trump insisted that immediate action was necessary, claiming that individuals like Comey, Schiff, and others are guilty as hell, yet have faced no repercussions. This complex and pivotal moment raises significant questions. How far should accountability reach for those in positions of power? Are these charges indicative of a broader pursuit of justice, or merely a political maneuvering? The implications of this event reverberate throughout the nation, inviting diverse interpretations and responses. And now, it is your turn to reflect. Do you agree with the actions being taken against Comey, or do you see this as an unjust targeting? Your thoughts are welcome in the comments below.